What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, CEO, MTS Nutrition, creator of the Outright Bar, and Chief Marketing Officer, TigerFitness.com. So I want to state for the record that I love natural bodybuilding more than anyone else in this world, and I have put my money where my mouth is. Not only did we have the largest collection of elite natural bodybuilders when I owned Scivation, with Team Scivation, Kurt Widener, Brian Whitaker, Ryan Doris. We had the gamut of epic, elite, natural pros sponsored by the brand. But also at MTS Nutrition, we've done the same. And throughout both those companies, we have donated at least in the six figures to natural bodybuilding, all organizations, from the OCB to the WNBF to the NGA to the ANBF. Also, I have dedicated my time and efforts to not only attending and judging over 50 shows, but also to guest posing and being a co-founder of the American Natural Bodybuilding Federation. In full disclosure, I have stepped away from the American Natural Bodybuilding Federation, the ANBF, but I am back. As of last month, I am working as a consultant for no pay for the ANBF to help make natural bodybuilding great again. At the same time, we are still donating just as much time, just as much money to the sport of natural bodybuilding. But Marc, you're not a natural bodybuilder. No, you're damn right I'm not. I compete in the NPC. I was a NABA pro. Actually, I've been retired since 2015, but when I make my comeback in 2020 to 2021, mainly 2021 to go after my master's IFBB pro card, because I'm old as shit, it will be in the NPC. There's my full disclosure that usually waits to the end of the study, but we're going to start with that. More full disclosure, I think Matt Shepley is a piece of shit. Reason being is that he blocked my charity event. Kareem Petaway, aka Remo, he actually had a competing organization with Matt. I wanted to do a charity event with myself and Ronnie Coleman promoting a natural bodybuilding show. When I went to do it, Matt, even though it was a 100% charity event and Remo was simply allowing me to do it under his name without paying anything because it all went to charity, that piece of shit Matt went and ratted me out to Facebook and got my ads on Facebook and all my posts taken down promoting the show because it was with Remo. He's a petty little bitch. I have held a grudge since then. This was like 2015. And honestly, it was for charity. And I wasn't going to make a dime. And that pissed me off. So right there, I will tell you I have bad blood for Matt. But that doesn't matter. Since then, I have sponsored every single OCB promoter that has come to me to help them. I have done it because I love the promoters and I love the athletes. And I'm not going to hold it against them that their sanctioning organization is run by that guy. That's that. But right now, I would like to call for a boycott of the OCB. I would like to ask all of the promoters to jump ship to a competing organization. The WNBF, the OCB, not the OCB, it's been a long day. WNBF, the NGA, ANBF, we'd love to have you over there. ANBF's a great place to be, but we're not the only ones. We know that, and we love everybody else too. And of course, DFAC. I love DFAC. The BNBF is a great organization as well if you're over the pond. Here's a letter that Matt Shepley sent out. New OCB Pro guidelines starting January 1st, 2020. The Olympics starting a drug testing program in 1968. The NFL began drug testing in 87, blah, 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 blah. There's no justifiable excuse any athletic organization can offer in this day and age for not enforcing a drug testing program. In 2020, OCB is awarding an unprecedented amount of cash prizes for the sport. Aside from the OCB Pro Yorton Cup flagship show, every OCB Pro contest 2020 is awarding cash prizes of $2,500 first place, which basically pays for transportation. Congratulations, you won. You didn't lose everything. $1,500 for second and $1,000 for third in each division. The Yorton Cup cash prizes are a total $90,000, with each division having payouts of $7,500 first place, $5,000 for second, $2,500 for third, and all OCB awarding $200,000 cash prize in 2020. Since 2003, OCB has invested an enormous amount of time, expense, and effort in its attempts to combat the use of drugs in the sport to provide an even level playing field for natural athletes to refuse to compromise their principles and jeopardize their health and well-being by using illegal performance-enhancing substances. OCB will continue its efforts to the battle. Competitors will now be expected to take on more responsibility in the sport's fight against drug and sport this cause. Now realize it's not the sports fight, it is natural bodybuilding's fight. Starting January 1st, 2020, OCB will expect its pros not to participate in any contest staged by organizations that don't drug test at all their events. Doing so contradicts efforts for a drug-free sport. After January 1st, any OCB pros violates this, they will be deemed ineligible for pro level for 3 years. If you're not a part of the solution, you're part of the problem, and you're a piece of shit, man. Here's why. Who gives a shit where they compete? Who gives a shit where they go? At the end of the day, they're competitors. Here's the thing, you short penis little man. Here's the deal. These guys are taking their amazing, amazing physique, naturally built, and beating drug users, beating steroid abusers. Fair and square, Cleveland Thomas has done it. Doug Miller has done it. Damon Gillis has done it. It's been done, and it makes natural bodybuilding look great. It makes them look amazing. What you are doing is taking away their opportunities to compete. There's not that many pro shows. These guys bust their ass for 24 to 30 weeks of dieting. You know how hard it is for a fucking drug-free athlete to diet to the insane condition they get into for what, one show? For the fucking Yorton Cup? Really? Why not let them take their shit elsewhere? Why not let them go to the NPC? You know why? Because you're losing competitors. Because the NPC, the IFBB, is a much more prestigious pro card. You have natural pros like Matthew Lillard getting his pro card in the NPC Classic Physique Division, an IFBB pro. Doug Miller winning the Jay Cutler Classic, a hard show, after winning your Yorton Cup. And I will say this, Cleveland Thomas pushed him harder than anybody at the Cutler did. You had two natural guys that year on the Yorton Cup stage who could have went on that. But guess what? Doug's done everything. You really think he's going to waste his time with another Yorton Cup? No. He's going to move on. So what happens when someone outgrows natural bodybuilding? Well, the next step is to go to the NPC, right? Well, what happens if they want to do both? Why can't they? At the end of the day, this is not about promoting a drug-free sport. If you wanted to promote a drug-free sport, you would gather up the biggest and baddest OCB competitors in bikini, in figure, in physique, in bodybuilding, and you'd all go as a team and enter NPC shows and just fucking destroy everybody. You'd prove to the world that naturally, if you train hard, you diet hard, and you reach that level of natty conditioning that drug guys just don't have the testicular fortitude to get to, you can kill all of them. I've seen it happen, man. Bro, I competed in the NPC. I got shredded as a natural, and I won some shows. So you're telling me that your best of the best can't go and compete against better than what you have to offer? Y'all don't have enough shows, and your shows aren't that deep. Frankly, this is a cock block, and I don't like it at all. And I think that it's about time the athletes spoke up. Your cash prize, $200,000 for an entire year, dude. Let me ask you this, Matt. There's some shows of yours that have 100 plus people, which, by the way, I've seen some shows really tank lately, right? Natural NPC, Dave Lieberman's getting like 300 fucking people at his show, right? Like the NPC Natural is coming up on you, man, right? Like what you're doing is you're trying to take your base and scare them into not competing anywhere else. But I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. I've already heard from a couple people. The natural pros, there's plenty of options out there. And the natural amateurs, I implore you, there's plenty of non-OCB shows. Promoters who I'll still support you, man. But you have to jump ship, man. You have to leave the OCB. This is absolutely ridiculous. Really, dude? Really? You're really strong-arming these people like this? Are you serious? Like, what a selfish, maniacal fucking thing to do. Here's what y'all do. OCB pros, drop it. Drop your pro card, man. Don't even compete there because most ANBF I know will. I don't know about DFAC. DFAC, you want to talk about drug testing? DFAC, their drug testing is much more stringent than most. Want to talk about drug testing? Look, if your drug testing was legit, bear with me. If you compete in a drug show or an NPC show, how does that make you not drug-free? Like, they're still being polygraphed, which is bullshit, at your shows. You're still, I'm guessing you're testing the top two. I mean, I don't know, are you? I mean, the ANBF has dropped a couple people. What have you done, Matt? Like, how many people have you disqualified for pissing positive, man? I've heard stories. I'm not making any accusations, but I'm like, man, if you're going to fucking throw stones, make sure you don't live in a glass house, right? Dude, this is just a slap in the face of natural bodybuilding. It really is. It really is. And it makes me sick because these guys are literally like, when you diet that long, you want to have a string of shows. And if you're in, let's say, Virginia, and there's a, Chesapeake Classic up there, and the next week there's the NPC Virginia, which I've won before, why not? Why not do both? Oh, because this motherfucker says that we can't. Good. There's competition, bro. Go to the sites, okay? DFAC, ANBF, WNBF, any of those. But supporting Matt Shepley is a slap in the face to natural bodybuilding. This guy is just, again, he literally blocked. Like, we were going to donate all this money to cystic fibrosis. I would have raised over $50,000. After he did that, I just threw up my hands. I'm like, you know what? If I can't advertise this, I don't feel like finding another organization. I'm out, right? Like, why? That just shows you the type of person Matt Shepley is. If you want to support someone who doesn't want people to raise money for kids with cystic fibrosis, by all means, go ahead. But this is it. You know, I've been sitting back, kind of not even looking at natural bodybuilding, just sending off product and sponsorships for shows. But dude, seriously, this is just ridiculous. This makes me sick. As a bodybuilder myself, this makes me sick. You do not own the athletes. You are not the NFL. You are not the WBF. You are not that big. You're a niche natural bodybuilding organization. Stay in your fucking lane, Matt. So for now, what I'm asking is just stop. Just stop. Compete in other organizations. It's time for this monopoly to end. Because this guy right here, he's fake news. All right? It's time for it to end. Again, giving you plenty of options. I'm going to link up the ANBF below. I'll link up DFAC. And if I can think of other shit, I'll link it up. But it's time to let this go. That's not a game. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Look who I ran into in LA.
It's good to meet you. I've been watching your videos a long time. Tell me about this protein bar.
So it's the Outright Bar, man. It's all natural ingredients made with real food. None of that. You ever want to work out? You want just a little snack, a little bar before training, but you know the other bars might give you a gut bump.
Right.
This is something that doesn't have any prebiotic fiber, no glycerin, no sugar alcohols. It's whole, real food.
That is a tasty bar.
Really?
It's easy to eat. It's not too chewy. Normally eat something like this with a big ass glass of milk. That's good.
So it's like a cookie.
Really good. No, it's not good.
If you want, we also have the, want to try the almond butter one while we're here?
Love to.
All right, so this
That's a badass bar.
This is made with almond butter, Steve.
That's a winner too.
Really?
He's badass. Good protein bars. Where can people find these?
Well, they can find it at any retail stores. You can find it at tigerfitness.com.
Two badass protein bars. So they get two double middle fingers up from Stone Cold Steve Austin, and that's the bottom line.